Super important to be very much in tune with how your mentor is feeling during your mentor session. And the best way to do that is to watch their body language.
Most communication is done non-verbally, and it is in the learning to read body language that you get really good at engaging not only mentors, but humans everywhere.
If they're fidgety and checking their watch or their phone.
Learning how to recognize when a person's eyes glaze over. Learning how to recognize that lean in motion when somebody's really interested and excited.
Be in tune with those nonverbal cues so that you can pivot the conversation when appropriate.
Hey, hey.
Hi, guys.
Brian Freeman.
Brian, nice to meet you. I'm David.
Hi, I'm Kate Edwards. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jim Mulhern.
Jim, nice to meet you. Love the
We're
shirt.
Heartbeat. So thanks so much for sitting with us.
Great to be here.
And we kind of studied your background, and we'd love to talk specifically about how much you know about scaling. So trying to keep it a little more casual and stop us if we're talking too much. But I don't know if you've gotten a chance to check out Heartbeat at all, but we are a marketing automation platform backed by about 120,000 female brand ambassadors. Heartbeat for consumers is this gamified platform that really gives you access to brands as a normal person you would have never had access to, and then meets these young women where they are in social media and says, hey, we will give you product, we will give you cash, we will give you community fun incentives to go on your personal social channel and promote something.
So is this about targeting people who want to be the big influencers but maybe don't have the following, and you're giving them some tools to do better than they otherwise might have?
Yeah. So it's finding people who want to be it. Yeah, and I can show you the product too to give you a sense of like what these people are experiencing. But when they join Heartbeat, we built something that feels kind of like a LinkedIn profile for them. See, I'm doing my research. We got David Brown up here.
Can I pause you?
Yes.
Like David right now is wondering,
Okay.
like he even told you that at the beginning. Like I'm familiar with the concept, but you're sort of trying to talk him into it a little bit.
Okay.
And he's trying to stay engaged, like he's trying to make jokes to stay engaged, but his mind is wandering. I'm looking at him doing this and this, right? So just pay attention. So for you guys, like pay attention, and do you feel like you're losing the mentor? You're losing him quickly, right? He's trying to stay engaged because he wants to be helpful, but he told you like that he doesn't know that much about the space. So don't try to talk him, you don't need to educate him if he doesn't want it.
Okay.
So you can ask him, would you like to learn more? Or you want to just dive right into our scale issues? Feel free to ask him, right?
So you teased me with that, by the way, at the beginning, right? With, I want to talk to you about scaling. There's an area. And my first thought was, I was going to say to you, well, just give me 30 seconds on the product before we dive into that, just so I have an idea. Now we're 3 minutes in. I'm dying to go back to the scaling conversation.
I think in general we have talent, but we have not gone from a team of 4 or 9 full-time to a team of 18 or 20, and we find that although we're pretty much the best in the world at generating content, we do more than anyone else on a weekly basis right now anywhere. We don't fully understand the effects of like what's potentially coming. We have 45 active clients now. We need to 10x that in the next year.
So I want to stop before you answer. What's going through David's mind? Does anybody know? Is anyone watching him?
I know.
I know. Anybody but David. What is his body language saying or said?
Hesitation, nervousness, like, or something like that.
He's eager. What is he asking me?
Yeah, I feel like he's confused and he's confused and fidgety.
Why are you confused and fidgety?
Not confused and fidgety. I'm ready to ask my next question.
Fidgety.
Yeah.
He's eager. So my point is like, my point was that he actually had body language, and to pay attention to it and notice the shift in change, like notice the change and try to figure out what's going on. Like he was like sitting like this, and then he went legs like this, and he went back like this again, right? So he's getting anxious. So your guy's job is to try to help figure out what's going on. And sometimes it's really easy just to go, hey, what's going through your mind right now? And sometimes when you're talking, it's really hard to be perceptive about what the other person is doing because you're so busy thinking about the next sentence that you're going to say. So oftentimes it's easier for your co-founders, the other people in the room, to help with that. So lean on each other for help in understanding what's going on. Like, he wants to answer, and you're still talking. And if he's going to forget what he's going to say, then you've lost out on whatever the thing was that was in his mind.
So my impression on what you're describing is you're worried about problems that haven't happened yet. It's not that you have a problem building the sales organization or the operations team or user growth, or at least if you have those problems, you haven't articulated them. I find it's very common in the startups that we work with. I would focus on the problems that you're having, not the problems that you think you might have next year or next month or even next week. Fair?
Yeah.
So do you have any scaling problems right now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing that we're faced with is we tend to be reactionary about like problems that we face with customers. So because we've been really fast and loose with like getting the deal, just get the deal.
Sell the dream, service the nightmare?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, there's a term for it. Dang, that's relieving.
There is a term for that.
So that's something that we've experienced for sure.
Yeah. So look, it's very common early on. It's okay that it's good that you're taking a note of it, and maybe it's reassuring that other companies go through it. The story I tell there is, Michael Dell, when he was selling computers early on from his dorm room, he sold it on the value prop of, every computer can be customized, and now it's robots making it or whatever, but he was hand assembling them after he ripped a print off of the printer, and he figured out how to scale that process later. If you're selling the dream and you're scrambling to service it while you're figuring it out, that is okay. That is normal. That is what you should do because it means you're selling something, right? If you wait till all the process on the back end is perfect, then you won't be able to put a product into market and test it out and see if customers love it.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't do that forever, it is actually a good thing that you're doing.
Okay.
So how's David feeling right now?
Excited.
Yeah. He's engaged, right? He's feeling super excited. He's actually mentoring. He's giving you good information based on his experience. You got there, yay. Right? This is great, because that's where you want David to be thinking about this. You want him to get excited. And he's also excited because he feels like he's helping you.
Yeah.
So notice that when you tap into that part of the person where they actually feel like they're being of assistance, it's really fun and exciting for them.